Welcome, friend. Have a seat by the fire. Make yourself comfortable. Leather cowhide straps bound him to the chair. That chair that smelled of burnt meat. Witnesses were seated before him, gathered like an opening night crowd, their faces cold, devoid of compassion, humanity, their voices hushed and hollow. He now pitied those that came before him, and those that would follow, for this would not be quick. 2,000 volts were about to course through the body of Skeeter Dempsey for nearly a full minute, each moment carving out its own tortured eternity. You're listening to Campfire Radio Theater. Tonight's audio play is from the classic Lights Out tale, written by Willis Cooper, and titled appropriately, The Haunted Cell.
So you don't believe in ghosts, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Guys that don't believe in ghosts is guys that ain't never seen none. Ain't that right? I can tell you a ghost story that'll make your hair curl. I'll say it'll make your hair curl. Listen. Last August, I was nabbed by a couple of coppers. Never mind the details. It just so happened that they come up on me when I was sticking up a filling station. Well, they drug me in. Was a tough rap to beat, since they got me standing there flat-footed holding a gun on one of the filling station guys, and, well, the coppers didn't like me much anyway. Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Well, 'cause they pegged me for bumping off some copper just a week or two before. And wouldn't it be my luck to be picked up by this guy's partner? Well, they took me in, decided to show me the goldfish. Don't know what that is, huh? Well, I'll tell you.
You're a stinking liar.
Yeah? So what, copper?
You rat! I know you knocked off Ambrose Hogan, and you're gonna fry for it.
You gotta prove it first, Miller.
Pull the light over this way a little more, John. Right in his eyes. Yeah, I'll prove it.
Go ahead.
Hand me the hose, John.
Now look here. Don't you go... Oh! No!
Now what do you say?
I'm not gonna rap to no... Go!
You ain't, huh?
No. You wait till I get to a mouthpiece, Miller. You're gonna be walking a beat out in Circleville where the... Go!
Won't make no difference to you, punk, where I'm walking a beat. Not when you're burned.
Yeah? Who's gonna burn me?
You knocked off Ambrose Hogan!
I was in Omaha the night he got knocked off.
Listen, Maxi, get this now. Ambrose Hogan was a real swell guy. When I seen him laying on a slab downstairs, I took a solemn oath I'd get the scum and done it, even if it took me 50 years.
You ought to hire a... Oh! I'll get you for this, copper.
I don't think you're going to get anything out of him, Miller.
There's a smart copper, Miller.
Yeah? Listen, I got a way to get things out of smart guys like you, Maxi. Come on over here, John.
You sure about this, Miller?
Nothing on my conscience. This guy popped my pocket. No? You got a score to set.
What are you going to do?
Let's just make sure we're together on this thing.
Now listen, Miller.
Shut up!
So, what are you thinking, upstairs?
And you know all about what cell I gotta put him in.
You can't.
I can put him
I
in
want a lawyer.
any cell I want.
You got to let me have a lawyer.
Alright, we're together on this thing, right? You want to sing, Maxi, or you want to spend a few hours in the haunted cell upstairs?
The what? Oh, another gag, huh?
Think so? Listen, I bet you $8 you'll change your mind, baby. Get up!
What are you gonna...
Hey, get going! Go ahead, John, open the door.
My pleasure.
What are you gonna do to me?
Ever know Skeeter Dempsey, Maxi? Come on! This way.
What about him? Well, they burned him last winter.
Yeah, that's right. Friend of yours?
I knowed him.
Well, that's just fine, Maxi. Yes, sir. That'll be just dandy.
What you asking about Skeeter Dempsey for, Miller?
Yeah, old Skeeter. He killed a copper, too.
So what?
It's a bad business, killing coppers, Max. All ready, John?
Yeah, all ready. Home sweet home.
Right this way, Maxie, my boy.
What you up to?
I tell you. Trot in there. I said, get in there, you.
Why, you?
Now listen. This here's the cell that Skeeter Dempsey was locked up in when he first came here. He liked the cell, Maxie. He still likes it.
Well, what do you mean?
He'll probably be around to see you before the night's over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, another one of your gags, huh?
See, this whole corridor, Maxie, you're the only guy in it. Except Skeeter Dempsey. Hey, we'll see what a night here with him will do to you. Huh, John?
Yep.
Hey, if you get scared, Maxie, just call. Just yell, you know? I mean, nobody will pay any attention to it. Nobody at all. Except maybe Skeeter. Good night, Max. Come on, John.
Hey! Listen,
Pleasant dreams.
you don't scare me, Miller. I know your gags. You can't scare me.
No? Well, we'll see about that.
Ghosts! Hey! I want a lawyer.
Good night, Maxie.
Hey! You can't turn out the lights on me. Miller! Turn the lights back on! Miller! You can't leave me in here in the dark!
Can't, huh?
Miller! Miller! Why are you flat-footed? Miller, come back here! Miller! Turn the lights on, Miller! For the love of Mike! I don't like the dark! Go on! Turn the lights on, Miller! Miller! Take me out of here! Miller! Miller!
Cut out the yelling, Maxie. And sit down.
Who are you?
Oh, don't you know me, Maxie?
You can't be. It's a gag. Listen, Copper.
I'm no copper, Max. Sit down. As you and me talk about things.
Where are you?
Right here.
Wait till I light a match. I want to see what you look like.
You'd be surprised, Max.
Where are you hiding? There ain't nobody there.
Oh, sure there is, Maxie. I'm right here beside you, kid.
Yeah, it was Skeeter Dempsey, all right. I recognized his voice right away. When I lit up the match and couldn't see nobody there, I guess I fainted. For a minute, I couldn't figure out what happened. And then it all come back to me. You know how it is when you're really scared? Well, maybe you ain't never been scared, huh? Well, I'll tell you. My mouth was so dry, I couldn't hardly breathe. All I could hear was my heart a-pumping away as loud as an old never engine. I was too scared to say a word. I just crawled up onto the bunk and laid there, listening.
Awful jumper there, huh, Max?
Listen, go away now. Whoever you are, just go away.
Oh, shut up. I ain't gonna hurt you.
Well, I could pray you away.
No, you couldn't, Maxie. You couldn't pray me away. What they got you in here for?
Dumping nothing.
You knocked off that Hogan guy, didn't you? Well, it's too bad for you, Max.
Well, how do you know? You ain't no Skeeter Dempsey.
If only that were true.
Well, listen, Skeeter Dempsey was fried last winter. I know an old padre that's seen him sit in the chair. Said he burned so hot you could smell it.
That's right.
Well, then you ain't Skeeter Dempsey. No, this ain't real. It ain't real.
Stop gibbering. I ain't gonna hurt you.
But you're a ghost.
Well, what if I am?
I wish you'd go away.
Oh, why should I? This is my cell, after all.
Oh, Skeeter, please.
Ah, can it? Listen. Let's talk. I haven't had nobody to talk to in 2 months now.
Who'd you talk to then?
George Brown. You remember him?
Yeah. George Brown.
Him and me sat up and talked all night, and he hung himself next day. Right in this spot.
What'd he hang himself for?
Oh, he'd have got burned anyway. They had him for 2 jobs. One knocking off an old lady for $70 and the other shooting that bank guy down in Springfield.
Did you see him hang himself, Skeeter?
No, I wasn't here at the time.
Where was you?
Oh, I was away.
Skeeter?
Yeah?
What does it feel like to be dead?
All right, I guess.
Dear God.
What's the matter?
What about hell and all that?
You get used to it.
My old lady used to make me go to Sunday school, and they used to talk about hell there. Fire and everything.
There ain't no fire.
No?
No, it's worse than that.
Worse? What's it like?
You'll find out.
If I get out of this rap, I think I'll go straight.
You're too late, Max.
No, I ain't. I'll beat it.
No, you won't. You gotta pay.
Someday, yeah.
You'll die on this rap.
How do you know?
There's one way you could get out of some of the hell, though, Max.
How?
Bump yourself off.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, if you wait for the law to punish you, that's one thing. If you take the law in your own hands and, well, kind of punish yourself, it'd make a difference.
Is it pretty tough, Skeeter?
What? Hell?
Dying.
It hurts awful. The chair, I mean. You go in feeling pretty cocky, figuring you can take it and you're gonna be a tough guy and all, and then...
And then what, Skeeter?
all of a sudden you find you can't take it. You don't want to yell and scream, but... yeah, well, it's agony.
What's it feel like?
You ain't ever had no pain in all your life, Max, can begin to compare with the chair. You'll find out.
I wonder how it feels to bump yourself off.
Yeah, George Brown said it was all right. Kind of made him feel better, he said.
He said?
Yeah, I seen him the day after. If I was you, Max, I think I'd do it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna bump myself off. These lousy coppers ain't gonna make me. Who's that?
It's Miller.
Is that you, Miller?
Who was you talking to, Maxi?
Listen, Miller. Let me out of here. No kidding. Let me out. Put me any place you want to. But listen.
Scared, Maxi? Who was you talking to?
For the love of... Listen, Miller. Turn on the lights, will you? Turn them on, Miller, just for a minute.
Well, why not? It'll be darker still when I turn them off again, right?
Oh!
What's the matter now?
Miller, there ain't nobody here.
Was Skeeter in here with you, kid?
I thought there ain't anybody here.
Oh, yes, there is, Maxi.
I wouldn't worry about it, Max.
I'm right here beside you. And I'm gonna stay.
They kept me in that cell for 4 weeks. Every once in a while, Miller'd come in and stand there in front of the door and laugh at me. Gonna sign a confession, Maxi? He'd say. I wasn't gonna give him nothing. That place got me. Just as soon as it was dark, I'd hear Skeeter Dempsey's footsteps, and he'd come and sit down with me. I was awful scared at first. Kinda hard to get used to practically living with a ghost. But then I got used to him. He was always telling me how I was gonna burn, how I'd be better off to hang myself like George Brown done. Guess I was a little bit nuts. Miller wouldn't let me have no lawyer, see? He was keeping me in there so's they could hand me the rap when the time come. Well, the time come. So, someplace or other, Miller dug up the evidence that I wouldn't give 'em, and they had me. And how? They had me. So one morning, a few weeks later, I'm sitting in the courtroom. The jury's been out for 20 minutes.
Everybody rise. Take your seats.
Gentlemen of the jury, have you arrived at a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Will you pass the verdict to the bailiff, please?
We, the jury, find the defendant, Max Young, guilty of murder in the first degree.
Mr. Foreman, is this your verdict?
It is, Your Honor.
The defendant will rise.
Get up, Maxi.
Maximilian Theodore Young, have you anything to say before sentence is passed on you?
No, Your Honor.
You realize that in a verdict of guilty of first-degree murder, the death penalty is mandatory.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Very well. Then it is the sentence of this court that you are to be taken from this place, and between the 21st and the 30th of December, shocked to death by electricity. And may God have mercy on your soul.
All right, Maxi. Come on this way. Well, Max, that's that.
Yeah.
Only one way out now.
Yeah? One way out. There wasn't money to send me down to the state prison where they bump off guys, so they kept me here in this cell, here in the wing of the old county jail where they had me, in Skeeter Dempsey's cell. I guess this Miller guy must have liked his pal Ambrose Hogan quite a lot. The guy I knocked off. Yeah, I guess he must have thought a lot of him, 'cause he kept me in there where it was dark, where I'd be scared to death all the time. Really getting even. But I kind of fooled him. I wasn't so scared of Skeeter by this time. I got so I'd sit in the dark there and be waiting for him. And we'd talk about everything in the world. People out of history. And old places and stuff. And a lot of things. Skeeter told me he saw a lot of the guys we talked about. Nero and Judas Iscariot. But why not? He was dead, wasn't he? And so was they. Oh, but I gotta hurry up with my ghost story, ain't I? That's right, what I was gonna say was, I was sitting there one night, the 23rd it was, day before Christmas Eve, sitting in the dark, and I hear Skeeter come in. Hello, Skeeter.
Max, how you feeling?
Not so hot.
Still thinking about the hot squad, huh?
What else you expect me to think about? I wish they'd hurry up and get it over with. That's what I wish.
It's tomorrow night.
What is?
They burn you.
On Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Honest, Skeeter. How do you know?
I found out.
Oh, God.
Well, don't take it so hard. I'll walk in with you when they take you to the chair. I'll stand right there alongside you.
Oh, will you, Skeeter? Will you, honest?
Sure. Won't do you much good, though.
Why?
I can't keep it from hurting.
Honest, Skeeter. Does it hurt a lot? Or is it all over with pretty quick?
It seemed to me to last 100 years.
Oh, I'm a sucker for pain, Skeeter.
You ain't felt nothing yet.
Gee, I remember too, when I busted my leg, my old lady sat up all night holding my hand and had me bawling.
This'll feel like 1,000,000 busted legs.
Well, listen, Skeeter. Didn't you say George Brown told you it didn't hurt much bumping yourself off?
That's what he said. I know what I would do if I was in your place.
Yeah? Would you bump yourself off?
Yeah.
I don't think I got the guts to do it, Skeeter.
Yeah, it ain't hard. You got a belt, you could get it around your neck. Climb up on the bunk and fasten the belt to the bars up above. Then all you gotta do is jump off.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it would help you out if you did.
What do you mean?
Well, you know, I told you. You'd be kind of punishing yourself, see?
I know. But I can't, Skeeter. I can't. I don't want to die.
Well, that's all right with me. I was just telling you. And believe me, lad, I know what I'm talking about.
Do you? Honest, Skeeter? Do you?
Yeah.
I wish I had the guts to do it.
I don't care what you do, Maxie. Only, you're gonna get burned tomorrow night anyway, and if you want to get out of the most awful pain you ever had, and do yourself a good turn at the same time, well...
I wonder what it feels like.
George Brown said it only hurt for a minute.
He never had much guts. That I remember.
No. Here comes Miller. Gonna tell you, I guess.
Yeah.
He don't look real happy.
Can you see in the dark?
Yeah.
Hello, Max.
Miller?
Want me to turn on the lights?
I don't care.
Getting used to the dark, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll turn them on anyway, huh? Well, Max, about the end of the string, eh?
Tomorrow's the day, huh? And I guess that makes you and me even. The score's settled then.
Listen, Max. I wanted to see you knocked off on account of Ambrose Hogan. I mean, justice had to be served, you know?
No hard feelings, Miller. It's your job being a copper, and mine being a hood.
Yeah, I suppose. Anything you want?
Nah, oh, nothing I figure.
You got no folks?
Nope.
Could get you a bottle of bourbon if you wanted.
Nah, what's the use?
Well, we gotta get ready to go down to state prison in a while. They'll be waiting on you.
I have to go today?
I guess so.
Well, I kinda hate to leave this place at that.
Do you?
It scared me quite a lot at first, but I guess it taught me a lot, being here in the dark all alone.
Well, Max, listen. Try to take it standing up, will you? You know, you don't want to...
I'll try, Miller, but it's going to be awful tough.
Yeah. Well, I'll be back in a little bit and we'll go. Sure there ain't anything you want me to get?
Nope.
All right.
I told you, Max.
I know.
Well, I gotta be going. So long, Max.
You going, Skeeter?
Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow night.
But listen, Skeeter, don't go away now.
Oh, I have to. That's just kind of the way things are. Good luck to you, Maxie.
Well, there you are. And that's your ghost story. You believe in ghosts now? You don't? Well, you oughta. You see, I took Skeeter's advice. I hung myself. I've been dead 6 months.
You've been listening to Campfire Radio Theatre. Our audio play for this evening, The Haunted Cell, was written by Willis Cooper. This series is produced and directed by John Ballantyne. Featured in the cast were Rob McHugh as Maxi, Blaine Hicklin as Miller, John Ballantyne as Skeeter Dempsey. Also featured were Glenn Haskell, Scott Spaulding, and Alex Pinnock. Music by Tom Cusack and Kevin MacLeod. Incidental music performed by the Trinity Choir. Our whistle artist was Glenn Haskell. Sound design by Tim Holding and John Ballantyne. Additional sound provided by Free Sound Project. Mixing and post-production by John Ballantyne. Visit us at campfireradiotheatre.podbean.com and on Facebook at